last couple laps, he has said it feels like something may be wrong in the engine, but he said he really thinks it's a fuel pressure issue. Said he's been watching the gauge, but the engine's starting to sputter a little bit, so they're concerned down in the NTS pits.
Great qualifying run for Nelson and that team. Started up front. He's hanging in there 14th if they.
And the caution has come out. You see the gunbroker.com 18 of Joey Coulter slow on the track, right front tire down.
Looked like he had some contact a little bit with the right rear too, maybe a spin, flatten that tires during the spin.
And the unbelievably dismal year for Joey Coulter. Is everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for Joey Coulter, and continues tonight.
He's on pit road, so he'll take that truck to the attention of his crew.
This is a great time for all these teams to be able to come to pit road. And you talked about who's got the advantage on and off pit road. That's gone now. It's going to be up to the pit crews to get these trucks on and off fastest. And you know what? The adjustments. What kind of adjustments are we going to make in order to? There's that spin we talked about.
He did a nice job not getting any more damage into the outside wall.
Stuff makes me want to fight.
Battle for the lead. Ryan Blaney, Matt Crafton, Blaney. Strong once again on the bottom of the track. Can't take it away from Crafton. Momentum pulls back in front.
Almost cleared him. Didn't quite do it. Look at Ty Dillon now. He's going to try to close up on the tailgate of the 88.
Which way does Dillon go? It looks like Blaney's strong into the corner. Maybe completes the pass this time.
He has the advantage. He's able to stay in front of that 88. The momentum with the 88 now is he'll close the gap as they go into turn number 1.
I was watching the scoring monitor while we were away commercial break. The top 3 trucks were separated by 15 thousandths of a second on that lap.
Bubba Wallace got into the wall coming off turn 4.
And Sparks on the right side doesn't look good for Darrell Wallace Jr.
No, the whole right side of that truck is wiped off of it. He got into it pretty good.
He's slow on the track. I'm sure he'll be trying to make it to pit road here this time by. Smoke rolling out from underneath the fenders.
Tough break for Bubba. What an outstanding year, though. Got to victory lane at Martinsville. You see the right front tire is down on that Camping World Good Sam Toyota.
About to lose the shell of that right front. And caution comes out once again.
And Phil, I can't. That's a tough break for Bubba here, but I just was so impressed with the job he did at Martinsville. He had Ty Dillon just roughing him up on that restart, almost into the outside wall, but he kept fighting, and he was able to fend him off and grab that victory on the short track. What an amazing job he did.
This was about 5 laps ago. A little contact there. Austin Dillon in the 6, Darrell Wallace Jr. in the 54.
See, Bubba was down on the inside trying to make the move on the bottom. They made contact, and you wonder if maybe that developed a little bit of a slow leak, and into the outside wall he goes.
Yeah. Now he can get a fresh tire on that thing. I don't think it hit hard enough to really do a lot of damage.
He was already back in the throttle, but you can hear now, I believe that tire went down maybe at the last second there.
I think he can make enough repairs to still be competitive.
About that battle for the lead's closing up now. Kyle Busch has been the fastest truck the last 2 laps, faster than that 29 of Ryan Blaney. What's going on with that 51, Ray?
Well, Phil, his truck is fast, but he's very concerned because water temperature has been slowly climbing. It's up to 245 right now, and they're worried that they may have a piece of debris on the grill. You remember at Texas, they got some stuff in the grill, and that truck went up in flames, so they're concerned about it, keeping an eye on it. A high water temperature for Kyle Busch. Hermie?
Well, Ray, the 29 started out on the free side, and as it did last run, starting to snug up just a little bit. The biggest concern right now in the 29 pit is they're saying be careful where you catch lap traffic on this racetrack. 29's in the wall.
Ryan Blaney into the wall. The 51 goes by.
Caution, caution, caution.
And the caution will come out.
And that just
wall or something happened.
Just got in the wall.
He was running that high line.
Both he and Kyle, the 2 fastest trucks, were literally, Rick, 6 inches off the wall. No margin for error. And Ryan slipped up into the wall, only fell back to 3rd. He's going to lose some time on this pit stop, though, bud.
Yeah, and we saw Ty Dillon only able to get to the 11th spot. You can't give up too many positions, but they are going to have to take a little bit of time, I think, to make sure the tire is clear. But he only fell back to about the 3rd spot.
40 laps to go when they come to pit road. We take another look at what happened with the 29. Right up into the wall he goes.
Just a little bit too high. They're running within inches of the wall anyway. Just overdid it just a little bit.
You could see both he and Kyle Busch right out next to the outside wall. Ryan just by a hair jumps that cushion, gets his truck into the outside wall. Now he's another Rookie of the Year competitor who's had a problem tonight, and he's leading the points.
Field all in line behind Chastain and Kyle Busch as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag back in the air. Great restart for that 51 of Kyle Busch. He has the advantage going into turn number 1. 3 wide behind him for third.
How about Hornaday jumping up there trying to battle for third and maybe second?
Hornaday looking to get by Ross Chastain as they go down the backstretch. They're door to door.
Hornaday will have the advantage on those 4 tires on the bottom of the track when they get down here. Take that spot away from Chastain.
Ross is going to fight back on the outside. Ron's not going to be able to clear him.
What a great turn by Ross.
Fighting hard on the high side of this racetrack. 19 of Ross Chastain up to second. Hornaday staying on that low line.
Ross is hanging tough on the outside. Hornaday's making a run at him on the bottom. Can't do anything with him.
Here comes that 62 of Brendan Gaughan. He's up into the top 4 now. Looking to the high side. He'll see if he can get by Hornaday.
Look at Brendan go. Drives it hard up the hill. You can see that truck bobbling as he works through the corner.
Able to take the advantage away from Hornaday. He's up to third. And behind him into the wall. The 21. That is Spencer Gallagher that gets into the wall. So the caution comes out once again.
Takes Mason Mingus with him. Mingus into the wall where Gallagher won. Ooh.
And involved in this, the 9.
Nelson
Piquet Jr.
That truck looked a whole lot like that.
I don't know where to go.
After Phoenix.
After
It's not your fault, bud. Spun out.
Heard him say had nowhere to go. Look up at the top of your screen. Fighting for position. It looks as though
Gallagher gets loose.
And overcorrects.
And I think right into the wall.
Yeah, absolutely nowhere to go for the 9 of PK.
Thought I saw Mason Mingus with a little bit of damage, but I think Mingus made it through.
Watch again. This is on board with Darrell Wallace Jr.
Poor PK absolutely had no time to do anything other than just ride it out. He was right there behind Gallagher, and he spun up in front of him.
Gallagher took a shot in the outside wall and into the side from PK. Double whammy.
So Spencer Gallagher has made his way out of the truck and into the ambulance. He'll make a trip to the infield care center. Be checked out. It's our 5th caution of the night, but still out front. Kyle Busch. So Jeff Burton trying to hang on as the laps wind down. Brendan Gaughan up to second. Does he have enough time? He's 2.5 seconds back from Kyle Busch.
I think he's going to need some help. He's going to need a caution flag. We have 5 laps to go right now. I don't think Brendan can catch him on his own. It took him too long to get by the 4.
Austin Dillon way up against the wall again in the 6th. Ty Dillon just behind him.
Right now the Kuroga in that blue car up in the 4th spot. He may have something for Jeb Burton. Jeb's truck a little bit crippled now after that contact with the wall.
And Kuroga hasn't been running that extreme high line, so maybe if Jeb slips out,
Jeb's going to get the wall again.
There he goes.
Jeff Burton once again into the wall. Is that going to bring out a caution, or are we going to stay green?
Plenty of room right here.
We stay green. Now the caution does come out. With 4 laps to go, the caution comes out. It's going to be a late race restart that's going to determine our winner.
The Truck Series brings it every week. We see some exciting racing, and now we're going to see a sprint to the finish. It looked like Kyle had the fastest truck, but now they're going to close up on him.
More than likely, it's going to be a green-white checker finish to the 2013 season.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get the field corralled behind the pace truck in time, so it'll be a green-white checker. I know it's not something Kyle Busch wanted. He had a comfortable lead here, but see, Jeb, I think that tire was starting to go down. It may not have blown out, but I think it was deflating.
And up into the wall. He rode all the way around the turn into that wall, and Kyle Busch's crew did not want to see a caution come out. He had a 2.5-second lead over second place Brendan Gaughan. That has been erased.
You can see that right front tire, Phil. Like you said, it's flat. And Rick, like you said, the lead is gone. We're going to have to survive a restart here.
I don't know if you can be any hungrier for a win in the Camping World Truck Series than Brendan Gaughan. It's been 155 starts since he was in victory lane.
I talked to him right immediately before the race, and I said, he was walking with Shane Wilson as crew chief. I said, be a nice time to win this thing since you're going to Nationwide Series. He said, man, it sure would.
And just think, Kyle Busch has been passed for the win twice here on the last lap. And he's in a position to be leading on the last lap. Will he get past?
Ron Quiroga, Ty Dillon in row number 2. And it's Austin Dillon and Johnny Sauter back in 3. Ryan Sieg, Timothy Peters there in row number 4. And Ryan Blaney, James Buescher making up row number 5. 2 by 2 they come out of turn number 4. Green flag back in the air.
What a great start by Kyle Busch. Look at these
Ryan
guys.
Blaney.
Look at these new tires coming, boys.
Ron Quiroga looking to the inside of that 62 of Brendan Gaughan. 4 wide behind him for position.
Looked like they got seized up behind Ryan Sieg in the 39 truck.
Oh, right on the wall.
Matt Crafton, I believe, is involved.
Joey Coulter is involved in it, as
Brendan
well as
Newberry.
Brendan Newberry into the infield. And it looks as though Crafton does have damage. That could mean the owner's championship would go to Kyle Busch Motorsports.
There's a lot of damage to that truck. Obviously, he's just trying to get back. The steering's messed up. That's why he was riding the outside wall. So this definitely is going to make a owner's championship a challenge. We talked about multiple green-white checkers, and that's exactly what's happened here. Now there's guys with new tires that are within.
Getting closer, closer.
They're within a shot of winning this race now, Rick. We saw how fast they were coming. That's why the big crash, the difference.
Like I wasn't.
7th caution has come out.
He's able to steer that truck. That's a good sign, Phil.
Take a look. 4 wide.
You see that yellow truck? That's Matt Crafton. Joey Coulter's the 18 right in front of him. Max Gresham's going to try to get to the outside of Matt Crafton. He doesn't get there. Now Matt's going to move to the outside of Joey Coulter, and Joey's going to squeeze up just a little bit, and they make contact. Brendan Newberry got a bad break and got turned into the inside wall.
Yeah, he was the big loser in that mess. Or he hit the hardest. Crafton could be the biggest loser from this crash.
I don't think Joey Coulter realized that Matt Crafton had stuck his nose up beside his truck.
Let's ride along with the 88 of Crafton.
Oh, there goes Matt. When Matt committed to the outside, there was a hole there, and just about the time he committed, Joey moved up the racetrack just a little bit.
You know, Crafton hasn't come to pit road. I don't really understand that. Pit road's closed, but man, he's got a lot of damage. He can't just restart this race. I'd be getting to pit road and working on the front of that truck.
As well as he has a flat tire.
Exactly. He needs, look at this, into the outside wall, too.
Yeah, Brendan Newberry, after slamming the inside wall, goes to the outside wall as well.
They were in 4 and 5 wide there. Just a tough break and just racing for position there. Hard hit for Brendan Newberry.
2 of them.
2 by 2, the field once again lined up behind Kyle Busch and Brendan Gaughan in row number 1. Sparks flying from the 88 truck. He's got to finish 19th or better if Kyle Busch wins this race if he wants to claim the owner's championship. Coming through 4. Green flag back in the air. Kyle Busch with another great restart. Brendan Gaughan on his outside.
Johnny Sauter's going to jump to the inside of Armand Quiroga.
3 wide for 3rd. Johnny Sauter moves up, takes that spot. Here comes Ty Dillon in the 3 to the high side.
John West Townley sideways all over Timothy Peters.
And sideways goes Sauter. Can he keep it straight? No, he's going to slide down the backstretch. Sauter's going to get to the inside wall, and the caution comes out again. We'll have a 3rd and final try at a green-white checker.
Okay, Matt Crafton needs to get to pit road here to get the stuff that's rubbing the racetrack, dragging the racetrack off it, unless it fell off.
So damage to the 98 now. He's on the access road. It's the 8th caution that's come out. He's got to hang on for a few more laps. Would you put him on pit road right now?
Definitely.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Come pull some sheet metal, put some bear bond on it, do whatever you got to do to try to make it perform better so you can grab that last spot.
Ty Dillon and Johnny Sauter racing for position. Sauter spinning down the back stretch and got into the inside wall.
Looked like Johnny just had to chase his truck up the hill. He made contact with Ty Dillon. Remember, they've had several issues this season, but that was just hard racing right there.
Look at John West Townley. He got sideways and saved his truck.
Got into the 17 of Timothy Peters.
And up ahead of him, Johnny Sauter wasn't so fortunate.
On the high side, Brendan Gaughan. Down at the bottom of row number 1, Kyle Busch. Pace truck is off, the field behind, the front row. Kyle Busch and Brendan Gaughan. Final restart of the night. Green flag back in the air, we're back underway. Oh, and a little bump. The 29 of Ryan Blaney got into the back of the 62 of Brendan Gaughan.
Blaney's got better tires.
Blaney trying to take second away. 4 wide, 5 wide as they come out of turn 2.
Remember, a caution flag will end this race. See Matt Crafton back there trailing along that lead pack. Ty Dillon's already ahead of him.
Kyle Busch looking for his 35th win in the Camping World Truck Series. Into the wall, a couple trucks go through 3 and 4.
See, Matt Crafton's going to get by him, and that's going to win him the Owners' Championship.
Final lap in the Camping World Truck Series of 2013.
No caution yet, though. He's going to have to hold those guys off, as is Kyle Busch. Is going to have to hold off a very determined Ryan Blaney, who's been into the outside wall once trying to win this race.
Blaney with the momentum. Kyle Busch goes to the bottom of the track, trying to make sure nobody gets a draft as he goes into turn number 3. A big run by the 29.
Here comes Jeb Burton on the bottom of the racetrack.
Coming out of turn number 4, Kyle Busch tries to hold up the 29. Kyle Busch is going to win here at Homestead.
Keep an eye on Crafton, guys.
Matt Crafton will limp home not only your 2013 Drivers' Championship, but it looks as though he's one spot behind, potentially, that he needed to end up to get the Owners' Championship.
You are the freaking man. I'm sorry that thing wasn't any good, but God almighty. Woo! Yeah!
Unofficially, right now, we're showing the owner points tied between the 51 and the 88, and the 51 will get the tiebreaker by virtue of the wins.
4 wins. The Owners' Championship could have just went to Kyle Busch Motorsports. The Drivers' Championship we knew was locked up. At the start of this race, Matt Crafton had it. What a great run for Kyle Busch to end the 2013 season winning the Ford Ecoboost 200. Take a deep breath, Michael.
Look at all that debris down the front straightaway. These guys racing for everything they were worth to get every spot they could.
Dueling burnouts. You think they'll go nose to nose?
Who knows?
Or they'll shake hands. Crafton's going to get his champion flag as Kyle Busch celebrates the win, the final race of the 2013 season.